Okay, so we are in the day 4 of the sequence, the core of spirituality. Today we'll discuss more about the understanding of karma, the beauty of karma, the law of cause and effect. The law of karma is such a beautiful law. This law helps in our evolution. The karma law helps us to learn many lessons and to grow. And also, this is the law of accountability. And this is the law of responsibility. So it's a very beautiful law that one has to understand to the core of it. And this law of karma is closely intertwined with the law of reincarnation. So let us understand this karma point by point. What does this law say? The law says, as you sow, so you reap. You planted a mango seed, you will get a mango tree. You planted an apple seed, you will get an apple tree. So whatever you sow, you will reap that. You do good things in life, good things will come back to you. You do bad things in life, bad things will come back to you to teach you not to do bad. So many people know bad things will come back to them. But the truth is, bad things will come back to you so that they can learn not to do bad things. And karma is not a subject which has to be understood from the space of fear. Karma has nothing to do with fear. Karma has something to do with learning. Karma is an education tool, nothing to be feared of. But when you understand how the law operates, then you do the right things. See, people do certain wrong things because they don't understand. They do it out of ignorance. And there are some who know it is wrong, but they still do it. That's when it is called sin. This is the definition given in Bible. The definition of sin, it is very important you understand the definition of sin. What is sin? Sin, that which you do against your better knowledge, is sin for you. That which you do against your own better knowledge is sin for you. For example, you are born in a meat-eating family, and your parents have fed you meat, which you don't know, but your parents have fed you. And the society and everybody said it is good for you, so you ate it. So it is not sin. It is ignorance, ajnana. But after you come into the path of meditation, you realized killing another animal is not good. You should not give any harm to any living beings. You realized it through your own understanding. And then you are tempted to eat one day and you ate. So that is sin for you. Because you went against your own knowledge, better knowledge. So there are many things we do out of ignorance, out of ajnana. There are many things we do out of ignorance. Still you have to pay for it, but the intensity is very less because you did it out of ignorance. But that you do, knowing it is wrong, you know it is your own knowledge that you should not do it, but you still did it out of some temptation, out of some compulsion, or out of ego, arrogance, whatever. Then that becomes sin for you. Then you have to pay a heavy price. From the time you start an account, so karma is like accounting system. You open an account and the account has to be closed. So that means your karmic account is closed. So there are 4 stages. 4 steps or 4 stages. The first step is you did something bad. You did a sin. That is the first. Knowingly, unknowingly, doesn't matter. Your actions have created harm to others. If your actions are created harm to others, that means your account opens. Your karma account opens. First step. Out of your own actions, you have opened your karma. Your karmic account has opened. Because your actions have done harm to others, other living beings or human beings. Now the second step is the universe will give you some time to realize the mistake. As soon as you do the mistake, you will not get the punishment immediately. I mean, you will not get the effects immediately. It will take some time. The universe will give you some time. The existence will give you some time. Existence will give you few years or few lifetimes for you to realize the mistake. So the second step is you realize, oh, I have done a mistake. I shouldn't have done it, but I've done it. So it is my mistake. So second step is you accepting your own mistake. The first step is opening up the account. The second step is you realize your own mistake and you regret. So realization and regret is the second stage. So now you have realized your mistake and then you said, okay, I learned this lesson. Next time I won't do it. I regret it. I've done a mistake. I accept it, but next time I won't do it. So that is a second step, second stage. And then the third step is, yeah, you learned the lesson. That is good, but the account has to be settled. So in the third stage, people who are smart, people who are intelligent, people who are sensitive, they say that, okay, fine, I have done something bad and I realize my mistake. Let me compensate for it. The third step is compensation. So voluntarily they do compensation. Okay, let me do some service. In so many lifetimes I have done so many bad things. It's okay. So let me do something good. I want to do something good to others. I want to compensate. I've done so much of bad. I might have done so much of bad things in my past lives. Knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't matter. So let me do something good also. Doing some voluntary service, social service, or helping the people who are in need. So they voluntarily take up. This is the third. But some people, they don't take up this voluntary step. Then the universal accounting system will force them to pay back. So that is the fourth. The fourth is account settlement. If you do it voluntarily by yourself, then the account closing happens very easily. But if you don't do it, if you don't settle the accounts by your own self, then the universe or the creation or existence, whatever, it will create a situation where you have to pay for it, for the settlement. So this is pure accounting. Whatever you have done, when you open an account, you have to close the account. You have opened a karmic account, so it is your responsibility to close the account. And when you open this account, you learn the lesson not to do it. At the same time, you take responsibility to close the account. So these are the two steps in between. So through this karmic process, number one, you learn the lesson. And number two, you take responsibility to compensate for it and close it. So there's a beauty of karma. It's a beautiful accounting process. Now, who will keep all the accounting? In the Indian mythological stories, we heard about Chitragupta, who is an accountant who keeps all the accounts of everybody's good deeds and bad deeds. So it is a way, it is like a pictorial way to tell that there is an accounting process. But actually, there is no single person who will keep the accounts, but it is the cosmic law. It's in the Akashic records. All the accounting process is there for every person. You cannot escape it. There is no cheating process. And there is no escapism. Because this law is there to help you. This law is there to help you evolve, and this law is there to help you take responsibility and be accountable. There are many questions associated with this law of karma. That's why it is very important you fine-tune your understanding. The more you understand this particular law, the greater you become. You become a great human being. You become a great human being with the understanding of this law. In the Chinese philosophy, there is a normal man and there is a superior man. Like we call it as an enlightened person. They focus on the superior man. Lao Tzu, he speaks a lot about superior man, the qualities of a superior man. A superior man is somebody who takes responsibility and accountability. So when you think about karma, the first thing you have to understand is it is not a punishment system. It is a beautiful tool to grow and to learn lessons. Number one, first point. The second point, it is not fear-based. It is not something to be fearful of. It is all about responsibility. It's all about evolving. And it's also not about feeling bad. Some people, they feel bad. Oh, I have done so many things in my past lives. I'm a great sinner. I don't deserve to have a happy life. So it's not about condemnation. It's not about self-judgment. Karma is not about self-judgment. Karma is not about condemnation. Learn the lessons and move on. The formula is, the right understanding of karma is, learn the lessons, take responsibility, and move on. No self-judgment. No feeling that you don't deserve to have a good life. No. You deserve a good life. You learn the lessons. When you learn the lessons, you deserve a better life. When you learn the lessons, you deserve a better life. So let us take some examples. We have spoken about the 4 stages. I repeat once again. The first stage is you're opening an account. So when your actions has created some harm to others, that means you're opening the account. First. The second step, you realize that you have done something bad, and after post event, you realize that you have done something bad. You regret. So that is a second. So you realize that you have done something bad, you shouldn't have done it. So you take a vow, say, next time I won't do it. So that is a second step. And the third, you voluntarily compensate for it. You voluntarily do good things. So after you learn the lesson, you voluntarily do good things. That is the third. The fourth is closing process, account closure. And if you voluntarily don't do it, then the situations in your life will force you to pay back. So the payback is compulsory. It is again not a choice. Because you have opened the account, so you have to pay for it. You have taken a loan from the bank. You have to pay for it. Whether you pay today, tomorrow, or day after tomorrow, it is your choice, but you have to pay the penalty. Like if you don't pay the electricity bill in time, you can pay next month, but there is a penalty. So we have a choice. In the higher worlds, before we take the incarnation, our spirit guides will say, okay, this is your account. So these are the lessons you need to learn, and this is the payback you need to do. And you can say, oh, not in this lifetime, next lifetime I'll do. Or not next lifetime, after 2, 3 lifetimes I'll do. And the spirit guides will say, okay, your choice. Because you all have free will. Humans have free will. They'll say, okay, no problem. But the penalty will be there. If you pay back immediately, then there is no penalty. But if you postpone, then there will be a penalty. That's why all the great enlightened masters, all the religions, they emphasize on service. They emphasize on 2 things. The first thing is go within, do meditation, be in silence, so that you realize the mistake. And the second thing, all the religions emphasize is service. Service. Do good to others. Do service. Because the more you do service, more voluntarily you are settling the accounts without you going through much suffering at a later stage. You don't need to pay penalty at a later stage. You don't need to suffer unnecessarily. Do service. Do good things. Because the more you do good things, the more your accounts are closed. You can do service in any way. If you have excess knowledge, share your knowledge. If you have spare time, share your time. Do good things to others. You have any skills, share the skills as a gift. Again, there should be no money exchange. You are sharing the gift and you are taking money. That is not service. That is transaction. That is business transaction. You do it unconditionally without any expectations. That is service. You are doing it unconditionally without any expectations, but the other person wants to give you a donation out of their own heart space. That is okay. That is not business because you are not asking for it. So they are giving it out of their own joy. That is okay. But you cannot demand anything in exchange. You cannot demand money or any other gifts. Then that is not a service. That is a business. Sometimes people ask, why there is so much of challenges in my lifetime? From my childhood, I have so much of challenges. And I've been meditating, but still the challenges are increasing only. It is not decreasing. Why? Why means because they want to settle all the accounts in one lifetime. Especially old souls who want to make this as a final lifetime, who come into the path of spirituality, they have to close all their accounts. And without closing the accounts, you cannot go to the next level of evolution. So the old souls voluntarily choose in the soul planning stage. They voluntarily choose a lot of lessons to be learned. They choose a lot of challenges, because through challenges you learn. And again, through challenges, you settle down many accounts. The account closure happens. And meditation is a great tool. The more you meditate, the more you increase your awareness, the more you will stop doing bad things. Number one, you will stop doing bad things. And number two, the intensity of the payback reduces. So that's why they say, if you meditate, it will burn your karma. Again, you are simply meditating and you are focused only on yourself and you are not focused on others. Like you got a lot of benefits out of meditation, but you don't want to share, you don't want to teach meditation to others. Then again, you're opening a new account. Because you know something is good and you are not doing your dharma to share whatever the benefits you got. You have to share it with others. If you don't share, then again you have to learn a lesson. A new account is opened. You receive some good things and you got the benefit out of it. You have become a better person. So now it is your time to share the good things to others. You know something is good and you are not doing it. That becomes a sin for you. So this is the nitty-gritties. Now you are going into a deeper level of understanding. Every gift comes with a responsibility. You have a gift and you are not utilizing the gift in the right way, then it becomes a karma for you. Again, this is a learning process, nothing to be afraid of. It's just learning. But when you understand, oh, this is the right thing to do, when you understand this is the right thing to do, then you have to do it. You have learned meditation. You know meditation is the only way forward. But you are not doing meditation. Now it becomes a karma for you. Then life will give you a greater challenge where you have no other choice other than to meditate. So universe first tells you gently. Universe will give you a gentle warning. You better do it. If you don't listen to that warning, then the universe will increase the dosage. It will give you a light slap on the face. Life challenges. A little slap. You better do it. Again, you don't listen. Then the universe will kick you. Then you have no other choice other than to do. So the universe has its own way of learning lesson. Like, our parents have a way to educate the children. They will first tell you gently, lovingly. Then they will raise the voice. Then they will give a small slap. Then finally, a big kick. The same way, the Mother Nature teaches us. So karma is a learning process, my dear friends. We don't need to worry about the past. See, we might have taken so many lifetimes, hundreds of lifetimes, and we might have done so many good things and so many bad things, knowingly, unknowingly. But this moment, so you don't need to worry about the past. But this moment, whatever is in front of you, you just accept it. You are going through some challenges, accept it. Okay, fine. This is my payback system. I focus on the learning lessons. In this challenge, what is the lesson I need to learn? So I'll focus on learning. I don't want to complain. I'll just focus on my learning. So focus on the learning. And as much as possible, do the good. You have excess money. Share the money with others who need it. Or donate to the organizations who are doing good things. So you can do service in any way, in whatever way you are capable. So you are voluntarily paying back for all the things you have done. It can be a payback, or you feel joy by giving it. So whatever makes you joy, you do it. Every service gives you a joy. Any service you do, anything, any action you do which helps others, it gives you a joy. So don't do it out of fear. Do it because it gives you joy. Sometimes people come to me and they say that, sir, you are doing such a great work. I feel like donating. I'll say, okay, you donate to the ashram, or you donate to the people who need it. They'll say, no, sir, I want to only give it to you. Then I say, see, if I take money from somebody, then I have to be accountable. Every penny I receive, I have to be accountable because it has to be used for the right purpose. And thanks for offering me. I will take it when I need it. Thank you, I'll say. Because it's an accountable process. Just because somebody is offering, I cannot simply take. And sometimes I see the energy of the person. Somebody is very humble, very sincere. They are giving from the heart space. I accept. But somebody is giving because they feel if they donate money to me, it will give them something good. Then I'll say, no, I don't want to receive. You please donate to some charity, some organization. So it is the intention of giving that matters. See, it is not about whether I'm receiving it or not, or whether the other person giving it. It's not about that. It is all about accountability. It's about responsibility. The whole ashram in Agasthiyar ashram has happened through a donation from one person. You won't believe. One person came with such humility, with such devotion, and the person with the tears in the eyes, he said, I want to gift you this. You please take it. If you take it, I will feel peace in my heart. I know good things will happen to you. Please take it. So there was tears in that person's eyes, and there was such humility, and it's coming from the heart space. So I asked, okay, why should I receive? She said, if you receive, I will feel peace in my heart. For my joy, you please take it. So then I said, okay, fine, I'll take it. But I won't use it for myself, but I'll use it for a good cause. Then the person said, I have given it to you. It is yours. You do whatever you want to do. It's a very huge sum. I didn't expect that much. So then immediately my intuition said, now it is time to develop this ashram, to make it an international headquarters for silence and meditation. So I said, okay, fine. And then such a beautiful project has come. Now such a great service that person has done. Now it is helping thousands of people all over the world. People from all over the world, they have come and they do intense sadhana. And it's helping their enlightenment process. And again, my lesson is to make sure that I should not have the arrogance that I have done it. It has come through me, but I have not done it. So there is detachment from the day one. And at the same time, every penny has gone to the right purpose. and I remain the same. So it is a test for me. While the student has their own lessons to learn, the teacher also has their own lessons to learn. So I'm saying about this money concept when it comes to the karma is because many people, they want to donate because they feel if they donate, their karmas will be settled. That is not the right attitude. You feel like donating, you donate because it gives you joy. It gives you peace in your heart. You do it. You do it because you have excess money and you want to use it for a good purpose. Then do it. Don't do it out of fear. And whoever you feel like giving, whoever your heart feels like giving, give it to them and make sure it is going to the right purpose. Okay. So, understanding the law of karma is very, very important. And you know what? What you do comes back to you. So, the good things you do again comes back to you. The more you do good, the more the prosperity, the wellness, the well-being comes back to you. The saubhagya comes back to you. And seeing that, I'm just giving the same example. Seeing all the developments in the ashram and seeing such serenity and such peace, the people from different countries from around the world, they're coming and saying, sir, we want this kind of an ashram in our country. You please come to our country. We will support you. We will buy you the land. We will financially support you. You just come and locate the land. You just come and give your presence there. You guide us. We will do it. So there are many people from different countries, they want to replicate the same thing because they want to do good in their country also. So it multiplies. The good things, what you do, it multiplies and it comes back to you. So, my dear friends, it is important to understand that you do against your better knowledge becomes a sin for you. And every gift comes with a responsibility. You have some gift with you. See, you are born in a wealthy family. So that is a gift. So you have a certain responsibility how to use that wealth. You have to use that gift in the right way. Then it becomes a blessing. If you don't use it in the right way, then you have to take one more lifetime to pay back. The same thing, you have knowledge. It is a gift. So you have to share your gift. You cannot keep the gift only for yourself. Then it becomes a karma. Whatever the gift you have, you share it with others. And whatever the challenges you have in life, learn the lessons and move on. We will take some questions now, only regarding the concept of karma. And through the questions, we'll get through the fine understanding, fine tuning of our understanding. Okay. So again, I remind the question should be only related to the karma. Yes, and please come on the video, then we can unmute. So Anupam. Please unmute.
Yeah.
Anupamji.
Namaste Pradeep ji, this is Anupam from Toronto, Canada. I have 3 questions.
One by one, madam.
When you say payment for knowledge is a business transaction, how in my work schedule, there are people who don't know anything about spirituality, but when I do free lessons for them to just come to meditation, they don't come. Like I can have a empty class, but when I charge them, they come because it's money's worth. Like as you said in yesterday, money is in Switzerland, you were saying that there are people come just because of money. So is it right to take money for giving this knowledge to them? That's my first question.
See, your intention matters. Let us go one by one.
Okay.
So with the first question, your intention matters. Okay. So your intention is to share your knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. So your intention matters. And at the same time, because of certain situations where you are in, because of the the mindset of the people or their programming or their culture, whatever it is. So they, instead of valuing your time, they value only money. Okay. So then in that case, okay, you charge the money, but whatever the money you receive, again, you use it for a good cause. You don't need that money. You don't need that money, but unless you charge, people won't come. Then what you do with that money after all your expenses are gone, whatever is the basic expenses and your requirements, after it is gone, the excess money you donate it back.
Okay.
Use it for a good cause. So your intention is not to earn money. Your intention is to share the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the right thing to do.
Okay.
But some people, even though they say that, oh, I'm doing a free class, but in the back of the mind, they will be thinking, okay, how much donations I'll get in return. Outwardly, they will say, this is a free program. It's a free program. I'm doing service. But in their back of the mind, they're expecting some donations. That is not correct. That is again a business transaction. Or some people will say it is a free program. And then after coming to the program, they will say, oh, we are having this project. You please donate for this project. So indirectly, they will ask for money. So again, it is a transaction, business transaction. Service is something when you do from the heart space without any expectations. That is a pure service.
Okay. Second question, fine line between sharing and sharing, like the limit of sharing. When we are giving this knowledge to people, how much knowledge we have to impart, because we really don't know their level of intelligence. So where is the fine line between how much to give and what to...
You have to use your common sense.
Okay.
You have to use for example, if you're going to teach to the school children, you're going to a school children and you want to teach spirituality. So then you cannot go and speak about this, law of karma, you have done sin, in your past lives you have done sin, and this lifetime you have to pay back. You cannot teach this subject to them because they are not ready to understand this and it is not needed for them. So when you're going to the school, you should focus on, okay, so how to be stress-free and how to increase your concentration. So meditation helps you to increase your concentration. Meditation helps you to be calm, to be cool. Meditation helps you to be stress-free. So that is what you have to teach to the school children, because that is what they are expecting. Okay. And somebody is going through a lot of challenges in their life, and they are coming to you and they're asking for some suggestion. They're like, why am I going through this? You please guide me. Then you teach them the law of karma so that they benefit out of it. They understand, so that they stop complaining and start living their life gracefully by accepting their challenges. So you have to use your common sense, where to speak, what to speak. So it is a responsibility of the teacher to use their common sense and to decide the audience. And according to the audience, you have to speak. You might have 1,000 concepts, but what do they need? So you have to gauge it, and then you have to impart that knowledge to them. Okay, so next. You are in the mute, madam.
Okay, so the third question is a little bit personal. What I did 15 years ago, I got exactly the same thing in my life. Now, the thing is, I'm into awareness of everything. There are some time when one negative emotion is so high that I cannot control myself. So what I do is I go into my shell. I stop talking to people. I stop responding to their phone calls. And while this is happening, I'm doing my responsibilities as a mother, as a wife, as a housewife. I'm doing everything at that time. how does this karma come back to me? Will people ghost on me, or will people go into shell and they will avoid me? Or it's just I'm taking my time so that I can come as a better person? What is the karmic account happening here?
See, when you're going into your own space, like, you're going into your own cave or own shell, because you're taking time to reflect certain things, that is fine. You have all the free will and you have all the freedom to be yourself. The only thing you need to be aware is when somebody is coming to you, somebody wants to have an interaction with you, and you are giving silent treatment, then that is something bad. But you can explain them that I'm in my own space, I'll get back to you, give me some time. So use your communication to explain to the other persons that you are taking your own time. So leave me alone for some time, I'll get back to you. So that is the right thing to do.
Okay.
But giving a silent treatment and giving wrong signals to the other person, that is not right. So the more sensitive you are to yourself, you apply the same sensitivity to the other person. Like you imagine yourself in the other person's shoes and just be a little more sensitive to the other person. You do your best. At the same time, you don't need to overbend. You don't need to overbend. Just do your best. That's all. You
Thank you
cannot
so much.
satisfy everybody. You cannot satisfy. You don't need to satisfy everybody also. But at the same time, are you doing the right things? That matters to you.
Okay.
Don't think beyond that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So the next one, Anuradha.
Yes. Hello, sir. I'm Anuradha from Dallas. My question is, if my journey in this lifetime is 80 years and I enter into meditation and clear my karmic account by the end of 50 years, what will happen to those people's experiences who are involved in my karmic loop, who are not into meditation during those remaining 30 years?
If you finish off your lessons in 50 years, the extra 30 years, you will get more lessons to learn from your Sanchita karma. So again, karma, we have Sanchita karma. Sanchita means all the karma, the reservoir of karma from all your lifetimes. Okay, it is called Sanchita karma. Then Prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is that karma which you bring to this particular lifetime, to the current lifetime. So in the soul planning stage, you will decide, I want to bring this much portion of the karma from the reservoir of your karmic account. So once your prarabdha karma is finished, because of your meditation, because you have speed and you are hastening your progress, you have done a lot of service, you have done a lot of meditation, you have read a lot of books, so you learned all the lessons quickly. Whatever you have planned for 8 years, you have finished off in 40 years or 50 years. So automatically, your soul brings the karma from the sanchita. So the lessons will continue.
I understood that concept, but what about the other people who are in my life in those 30 years? In my karmic loop, the friends, families surrounded by
Okay.
me.
You are responsible for your life. You have come alone and you will go back alone.
Okay.
You are no way associated with other people's evolution. If you are not there, other people will go through their own lessons and see, okay, you have to understand this. This karma is not individual centric, it is the field centric. I'll give you an example. You have done something bad to a person A. It is not that you will receive back from the same person. What you have done goes to the karmic field, and what you will receive is from the karmic field, and it can be anybody. So you have done something bad to A. A might not need to give you something back. You may receive something back from the C or from the D, person C, person D. So it's nothing to do with the person. It's something
But
to do with. Let me complete, madam. Let me complete. You need a lot of patience to understand this. I understood your question, but you need to be patient to understand. I'm explaining that it is not related to the person. You have planned in your life that you have to, through you, somebody has to learn some lesson. And you have finished off quickly your own lessons and you have evolved to a higher state of consciousness. So that person will receive that lesson from somebody else.
Okay.
So universe always has plan B, plan C, plan D.
Okay.
Okay, so you are not responsible for the other person's evolution. You cannot stay back for the other person. Your journey is your own. Other person's journey is their own. So think from the field space. You have done something good. For example, you have donated some money to somebody. You have helped some person who is in need. So you will receive the help back because what you do comes back. So the help you will receive back may not be from the same person, might be some other person. You have done something good to A and you have helped somebody in the need to a person A. When you are in need, you will receive the help from somebody X, Y. So the same person will not come and help you. So what you do goes to the karmic field. And from the karmic field, you will receive. So there are many factors here. So you did something bad. For example, you killed some X. And in some lifetime, you will be killed, but not by the same person, by somebody else. So here, what you have done goes to the field, and what you will receive is also from the field, from the karmic field. You understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So there is always plan B. So I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
So next, Ramesh Pali. Is it Ramesh Pali?
Hello, sir. I'm Ramesh from Canada. And
yes, ma'am.
And I have a question about the karmic. And when you go to your parents' house and you see your brother and they give you money, is that a karmic account?
You have to understand that when they are giving voluntarily, it is they are giving it from their own free choice, from the space of heart. So in what way it becomes karmic?
I don't know. I'm just asking that.
No.
I have one more question from yesterday. Can you explain 3D and 5D, please?
No, first let us stick on to the topic of karma.
Okay.
And this one we'll discuss some other time.
Okay.
So somebody, you are receiving money from somebody, they are giving voluntarily, right? So there's nothing wrong in it. There is no karma in it. Okay.
So I have to pay him back next life?
No, you don't need to pay back because they have given it out of their own choice. They have given it out of their own joy.
Okay.
Your brother wants to give you because he loves his sister, so he is giving. So you receive it gracefully.
Okay.
When somebody is giving, you receive it gracefully because the universe is giving you through your brother. The universe is gifting you money through your brother. So receive it gracefully.
Okay.
You don't need to feel bad about it. And after you receive the gift, how you use the money, then that determines your karma. You use that money for good things, then you have good karmas. If you use the money for bad things, then you have bad karma. Okay. Money is nothing but energy. Money is neutral. It is neutral. Money is neither good nor bad.
Okay.
But money in the hands of a good person will eventually go for good purpose. Then that is good. So money in the hands of a bad person, that's something bad.
Thank you.
Okay. So somebody is voluntarily giving you money and their intentions are pure. They are giving it out of their joy. So receive it gracefully. Okay. But somebody is trying to bribe you, expecting something in return from you. Then you use your common sense whether to receive or not. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the next question is Madhavi.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. You are from Hyderabad, India. It's too late.
No, I came to my son's house at Seattle in US.
Okay.
I'm listening from here. Actually, I'm from Hyderabad.
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm listening from 3 days. Actually, I follow you. It's very nice. I am having one question.
Your video is not clear, madam.
I'm
Yeah.
having one question. If you give money to a beggar or like that, if you offer somebody, if he uses for a bad thing, then that karma comes to us. Or?
Again, you see, you are giving money to a person, to a needy person,
Yes.
then that is okay. But you are giving to a person who has good physical body, but he is lazy and simply he is begging, and you are giving money. So you are motivating him to be more lazy. So that karma comes to you. So who you are giving money, you should be very careful. Okay. So your intentions are good, but you are making the other person lazy, much more lazy. So you have to be responsible for that. Okay. So you have to use your own common sense, and you have to use your own intuition. Suppose an old man is there, a very old man or an old woman. There's nobody to look after them, and they cannot do any physical work and earn money, and they are dependent on other people, and they are begging. You give them money, you support them with food. That is okay. But a person is physically fit, but instead of working and earning the money, he's simply begging because of his laziness. Then you are giving money to that person, then it is not helping him. It is making him more lazy. Okay, so you are contributing for his own laziness. So it is no way good karma. So you have to use your common sense, and you also have to use your intuition. So again, you have to take responsibility. So it's all about responsibility. So your actions, if it is really helping another person, or your actions is empowering another person, it is good karma. Your actions are not empowering, but it is making the other person more dependent on you, then it is a bad karma. I'll give an example. You are a great meditator and you have a lot of energy with you. And your neighbor comes or a distant relative comes and they say, Madam, I'm having a lot of headache. Can you do something for me? And you'll say, oh, you are having a lot of headache? Okay, come. Let me put my hands on your head so that I'll heal you. Your intention is good. Your intention is to help. But your intention is making the other person dependent on you. So the next time the same person has an headache, he will come back to you. So you are making the other person dependent on you. So then it's a bad karma for you. But see, your intentions are good, but your actions are making the other person dependent on you. So then becomes a bad karma. So you have to learn the lesson not to make the other person dependent. You have to learn the lesson to help others, at the same time to be independent. So there is a lot of factors. So you have to analyze the situation and then use your common sense and intelligence and decide what to do and what not to do. Very simple. Your actions are helping somebody. Your actions are empowering somebody. Your actions are making the other person dependent, not independent. Then that is the right thing to do. But rather, your actions are appearing like helping, but actually it is not helping them to grow. Then it is not a good karma. Then it becomes a bad karma. So that's why we say that no healing. Because if you are healing, you are interfering in the karmic process. Okay, you can teach meditation. You teach meditation. You give them all the spiritual knowledge. You give them the books. You support them in their journey. But no doing homework. You cannot make another person dependent. You got it?
Hi, Pradeep. This is Basilika from Chennai. So I'm getting onto the question. When a person is practicing detachment from the outcomes of his or her actions, then he goes beyond good and bad karmas. Then how his past bad karma will be nullified? will the person has to face the past bad karmas no matter what, or his very detachment will liberate him from all of his past karmas? Just for my fine
Repeat.
tuning.
Come back with the question.
Okay. So Pradeep Jaina, right now I'm reading Mahabharata, so Bhagavad Gita. So from that I understood that the very detachment from the outcome of any action will liberate you from karma, be it good or bad. So when a person is practicing detachment of the outcome of his action, like it'll not add a good karma or a bad karma to him. So what will happen, so that he checks that he doesn't add any agama karma, so there is no future karmas for him when he practices detachment. So what happens to all his past bad karmas alone? Good, okay, good will come back to me, I'm not bothered of it, but what about the bad karmas? Will his very detachment will liberate him from the past bad karmas also, or he has to face it no matter what?
Okay, so you are speaking about a very high state of consciousness. You are speaking about a person who has a very high state of consciousness where he is in total detachment, where he is in a witness state. So when a person reaches to that kind of a consciousness, there is no way he can do bad karma because he is totally in alignment with the nature. He is in totally in alignment with the divine. So again, there are a few stages in the human evolution. There are few stages. I'm giving you this concept so that you understand in detail. So in the first stage, people will do bad karmas. In the first stage, people will do more bad karmas because when they're in the infant soul, baby soul, young soul, their focus is on survival. Their focus is on power, money. Their focus is on authority. So eventually they will do more bad karmas. And very little good karmas they'll do. Almost no good karmas they'll do. They will do more bad karmas. And then as the soul evolves, then they evolve to a mature soul. So when they evolve to a mature soul, then they will stop doing bad karmas because they will realize that, oh, I don't want to do bad because if I do bad, bad will come back to me. I want to be a good person. So they'll stop doing the bad karmas. So then after a few lifetimes when they are evolving, then they graduate to a more mature soul and a old soul. So when they become an old soul, they do only good karmas, but simultaneously they will pay back for all the bad karmas of all whatever they have done in their past lives. So they focus on doing good karmas. At the same time, the payback also happens. The account closures also happens. Because the more the challenges they will go through, more the lessons they will learn. And at the same time, they're doing more good karma. So the accounts keep closing. And only in the final lifetimes, they get into a detachment stage. They get into a stage of witness. So in the final lifetimes, where they get into the state of witness, so every action they do will be in total alignment. And that particular action, what they are doing with detachment. So for that action, there is no more accounting process because they've gone beyond the accounting. So they've gone beyond the good and bad karmas. For that action, for example, you're doing a particular action, a particular act. So, for example, you are donating some money to an organization. Okay, so you're donating it with total detachment. You're donating as a witness consciousness. So then you don't have to take one more lifetime to enjoy, to reap the benefits. See, good also will come back to you, bad also will come back to you. So you don't need to take one more lifetime to reap the benefits. And what happens? Any good karmas you do out of detachment, out of total witnessing, that goes into the accounting goes into your higher account. So that becomes like your points for you to travel intergalactically. So it goes to your permanent account. So you don't need to come back to the earth. So one more point to remember is you do something bad on the earth, you have to be born again to pay for it. So some people, they believe that they do something bad here and after life they have to pay back in the higher worlds. No, the payback doesn't happen in the higher worlds. The payback happens only on the earth. You have done something on the earth and you have to pay something back on the earth only. So for all the good things you have done, you have to come back to the earth to enjoy the benefits. For all the bad things you have done, you have to come back to the earth to pay for it. So the karmic account happens, the karmic accounts, the karmic settlements, everything happens in the earth. So punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So that's why I said it is very closely interlinked with reincarnation. You have to be born again and again to either to pay back or to reap the benefits. But that which you do in a witness consciousness, all those goes to the permanent account. So it acts like your like bonus points or frequent flyer miles. Like we have frequent flyer miles so you can use that miles to travel anywhere you want. So that goes into your permanent account where you can use that for your own higher purpose. Like you get this, you get a first rank in your qualification exam in engineering. Then you can choose any university you want because you got the first rank. But if you got the last rank, you have no choice. Whatever the course is available, you have to take it. So all those karmas you do from a total detachment helps in your higher worlds, in your higher transition.
So those flyer points doesn't help in any way to settle the past bad karmas that the person now following the witness consciousness, is it?
It naturally helps. It naturally helps. And it also carries forward. See, if you don't learn the lesson, okay, I'll give another example. You have killed somebody. So there is an account for you. You have killed somebody and you have donated some money to the ashram. Will be balanced? You killed somebody and you have to learn the lesson not to kill somebody. So that account is a separate account. You have donated to some organization. That account is a separate account. So both cannot nullify. Just because you have done one action in detachment, it doesn't mean it will neutralize the other things. Okay.
So anyway, that person, even he is following witness conscious, right? Say from today, he is following witness conscious. He has come into that conscious. So all his past bad karmas has to be settled, right? This will
because
not
in the
help.
settling process, he learns many lessons. Again, karma is not a punishment. It's a learning tool. So he has to learn so many lessons associated with that karma. After he learns all the lessons, that's why I said, see, you are confusing. You're getting confused. Once a person reaches to that level of consciousness where he is doing the karmas in a witness state, that means he has a very high level of consciousness. By the time he reaches that state of consciousness, he would have settled most of the account. Okay. It is a very final stages where you are in a total detachment, you are in a total surrender. These are very final stages. And before you reach that final stage, most of your account has to be closed. Then only you can reach that state of evolution. Okay.
Okay. And Pradeep ji, I need one more example from you. See, doing something good in a detached state is very easy. Like, okay, it's very easy to practice, but doing something, you know that it is wrong, but it is your dharma, and you have to do it from a detached state. Like, for example, when we say Arjuna wants to kill the opposite party to execute his dharma from a detached state, that's where the whole Bhagavad Gita started. So, can you give any real life example that is applicable today for the other side of this? Not like good, I can understand, but I want an example from you for a bad.
You said to be in detachment is so easy. I don't know what makes you to say that. I'll give you the same example.
No, to be detachment in doing good, like practically.
See, I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. Spirituality is not so easy. Like you listen to some sessions and workshops and your whole soul is transformed and you become enlightened. It's not so that. It is like a slow evolution, stage by stage. I'll give you the same example in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna got a live session from Krishna, one-to-one. The whole Gita came directly to Arjuna, one-to-one. The highest wisdom from Krishna. That he said there is no death. The wisdom is that there is no death. The soul is eternal. Who are you to kill anybody? There is no death actually. The soul, he says, if you win, you get the kingdom. If you got killed, then you go to higher worlds. There is no death for you. Who are you to kill? So he got the entire Bhagavad Gita, 1-to-1. And then when Arjuna's son died, he was so sad and he went to Krishna and he was fighting with Krishna. Because of you only my son died. You are the culprit. So he was crying and he was fighting with Krishna only after listening to Bhagavad Gita. So what happened to that wisdom? So when his own son died, all the wisdom he heard disappeared and he was fighting with Krishna. He was in tears. Arjuna was in tears. My son has died, and he was fighting with Krishna. So by listening to Krishna, Arjuna thought he has got enlightened. But no. Okay. So theoretical spirituality is on different level, practical spirituality is on a different level. And you say practicing detachment is so easy?
No. Understanding of practicing detachment, doing something good is easy. Like I can understand that when you're doing good, you do it from a witness consciousness. But like the example that you said, when Arjuna's own son was defeated and killed, Arjuna forgot all the wisdom. So I want any live example like that in our day-to-day life from
Life
you,
will
Pradeep.
give you enough challenges. So you don't need life, you don't need any other examples. So as and when you go through any kind of challenges in your life, take it from a neutral space, accept it, and remember the highest wisdom at that moment. Okay. So that is very important. And you see, you will be given certain challenges as much as you can handle. You cannot receive challenges more than what you can handle. So any challenge which you receive in life, receive it gracefully with a smile on your face. That is the mark of your enlightenment. Okay. And anything and whatever you go through, you just accept it and gracefully overcome it using your own wisdom. And equanimity is something you need to understand. Equanimity means being in a happy state or being in a state of witness for both good and bad. For both good and bad, you are in a equanimity. You are in a state of equanimity. So that is the mark of your enlightenment. What actions you are doing doesn't matter. In the first stage, what actions you do matters. In the final stages, what actions you do doesn't matter. How you do matters. Okay. So in the beginning, quantity matters. Then later on, quality matters. Then in the final stages, quality matters, quantity matters. Okay. So it is a big subject. Take it step by step. Understand how much you can understand. Integrate it and then go to the next step. Don't try to understand everything in one go. It will confuse you. Understand one concept, one topic, and integrate it. Consolidate it. And then go to the next. That is how you grow spiritually. When you try to understand everything, then you confuse yourself. So whatever you have understood it, integrate it. How you are integrating, put it into practice. Put it into practice, consolidate it, and then go for the next lesson. That is the way to grow coolly. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Okay. Next question. So next one, Sheila. See, when you're asking right questions, right concepts will come. So that's why I said this karma concept is very deep. So you ask the right questions, the right understanding will come.
Namaste, Pradeep Ji.
Yes, madam.
I'm Sheila from Florida, USA.
Yeah.
I have two questions. I follow your videos, amazing knowledge. My question is karma versus vastu. I want to know your thoughts on that because many people now are running behind. Like I see 15 years back, I never heard about people following Vastu and all. And now there's so many people talking. And so as a spiritual person, should I be concerned? I know I don't have to worry about astrology because somebody said, oh, astrology doesn't bother spiritual people. As a meditator, do I need to be worried about Vastu? And like, because I see so many of my friends, when as a spiritual person, I feel that they're going through a karma. Like, they're going through some phases. I feel that, oh, it is to do with karma. But then they put in saying, no, 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 it's Vastu because our door is not in this position and that is not this position. So I'm totally, and they say India follows like Vastu Shastra and astrology Shastra, and they're like big on that. So I would like to know your thoughts on this, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
See, astrology is a science.
Yes.
Numerology is a science. It is a science,
Yes.
right? But there is an exception in astrology, that astrology is not applicable to yogis.
Yes.
In the astrological science, there is an exception that it doesn't apply to yogis.
Yes.
Because when you are a yogi, that means you create your own reality.
Yes.
Right? You become a master of your life. So when you become a master of your life, then the influence, the planetary influence is negligible. It is there, but it is negligible. That's why it doesn't impact them. So if your energy is very less, then you are naturally impacted by your surroundings.
Yeah.
If your energy is more, then you are not impacted by anything.
Okay.
So if you are a meditator, then the Vastu doesn't affect you.
Okay.
The numerology doesn't affect you. The astrology doesn't affect you. Because your energy is more. When your energy is more, then the surroundings, the impact of the surroundings are negligible. You can discount it.
Okay.
But if your energy is very weak, very low, susceptible,
Okay.
then you are impacted by everything around you.
Right.
Okay. So focus on, as a spiritual person, you should focus on increasing your energy.
Okay.
Don't waste your time and energy worrying about other factors. You know that, this is something very important to understand when it comes to law of karma. What you deserve, you will get it.
Yes.
What you don't deserve, you will never get it in the first place.
Okay.
What kind of a son or what kind of a daughter or what kind of a husband, what kind of a wife you will have, how much money you will have, how much wealth you will have, everything is determined by the karma of your own past deeds.
Yes.
It is not just because you simply wish you get.
Right.
Just because you wish you want beautiful children, you won't get beautiful children. It depends on your karmic account.
Yes.
Everything is determined by your karma. So as a spiritual person, you know that everything is determined by the karma. So you go with the flow. You accept.
Okay.
So there is a basic acceptance. Okay, I deserve it. Okay. For example, I have an autistic child. Okay. I will accept gracefully. I will not complain. I will accept gracefully. And everything happens for a reason. So I got this autistic child. Maybe I have to learn something from the child. Maybe I have to learn patience. I have to learn unconditional love. So I take it as an opportunity for my learning. So then you don't complain. So then your child, you don't complain about your child. Then your child is the most precious thing for you.
Right.
Even though the child is an autistic child, you don't see the child as an autistic child. You see my child is the most precious.
Yes.
Right? Because you are a spiritual person. You understand law of karma. Because whatever happens, it happens for a reason.
Yes.
Okay. So you should rather focus on learning the lessons. You should focus on the energy factor.
Yeah.
If you're not happy in your life, it is not because of Vastu. You are not happy in your life because your energy is low.
Yes.
Okay.
True.
Very simple.
Yeah. Because I always had this question, how come and when I question, they say, you know what, you're too much into meditation. That's because I question, how come it doesn't affect the Americans? How come only our Indians are like, I see the cousins and everybody complaining. How come it's not affecting them, but it's affecting the Indians as the God being partial, and they don't want to understand the law of karma and, so thank you so much for that knowledge. And I have another simple question, like if we are guiding our children, selecting their like say they are into going to college, like we are guiding them. Is that interference in their karma? Like, because sometimes children don't know.
Suggestions. You can give suggestions, but they have to make a choice.
Okay.
When you are giving suggestions, you are not interfering. But you are deciding for them, then you are interfering.
Okay. Okay.
You give all the options in front of them and you give your opinion. Based on your life experience, based on your own life experience, you can give them all the choices and you can give your suggestions. You can say, I feel this will be good for you, but at the end of the day, it is your choice. So whenever you are giving choice and when you are respecting others' choice, you are not interfering in their affairs. But if you are not giving them any choice and you say you have to take it, then you are interfering in their choice and you have to pay for it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So next, Sri Harsha.
Hello, hi. So, yeah, you want to talk?
Yeah, I'm Nalini and he's my husband Sri Harsha. We are from Leeds in UK. My question is, can physical elements appear to teach any karmic lessons? And if yes, then how to...
What is that?
Any physical illness or ailments, can they appear to teach any karmic lessons? And if yes, how to identify that lesson and close that account? That's my question.
Okay. See, if you have in your karmic baggage, right, in your entire karmic baggage, suppose you might have taken 300, 400 lifetimes. So if your karmic baggage, if the karmic account, when I say karmic baggage, in your karmic account, if the bad karmas are more, that will manifest as illness. If the good karmas are more, that will manifest as wellness. Okay. So if at all you are going through some illness, you have to understand that it is a payment process, that you are going through that illness so that you learn some lessons through that illness. You don't need to feel bad that you have committed a sin and all those things. Don't bring into that guilt consciousness. So it is important to accept what is the current reality. Whatever is your current reality, you are going through some illness. So accept that current reality and try to see what you can learn from it and gracefully go through it. And the way to come out of that is, number one, do more meditation. And number two, do more service. So the more the meditation you do, the more your karma gets burnt. And more good karmas you do, more service you do. Whatever you have in excess, share it with others. Do good things to others. So that will reduce the current pain and suffering. And once you learn the lesson, eventually, and you are doing good things, the account will be closed. So there's only two things. For any account to be closed, for any karmic account to be closed, there are only two things to do. Do more meditation so that you can learn the lessons quickly. And number two, do more good karmas. And that's all. Nothing much. See, you might be going through a certain chronic illness as well. Or you might be going through a short-term illness or a long-term illness. Some people go through very intense pain and suffering. The solution is the same. You are going through that pain because it's a settlement process. You have to go through it. So accept the current situation gracefully. By accepting the current situation and trying to focus your energy on meditation, trying to focus your energy on learning the lessons, trying to increase your awareness, practice mindfulness, and do good things, naturally all the accounts will be closed.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. But to be very precise to your answer, yes, the bad karmas result in illness, the good karmas result in wellness.
Okay.
But how do you handle the current situation? Is do more meditation, do more good karmas.
Yep.
Okay. So did I answer your question?
Yes, you answered it. Thank you.
Okay.
So can I ask my question if that's okay?
Yes.
Okay. So what I sent you that message was that I'm in that state of that viraha for that self which is there in this particular body. So how do I identify which karma that I need to settle for the movement of energy from this particular state of mind to the next?
So come again, you are in Vairagya.
No. So when I say I am that, that is actually stuck in this particular physical form, right? So that needs movement in terms of energy or to move to the next state, because you've already realized that in bits and pieces. So you know what is joy, what is bliss, what is abundance, what is knowledge, all of that thing, right? That needs to actually settle down, and that needs to be in that wholesome state. What is that karmic account to
I'm
settle?
not able to understand your question. Are you clear with your own question?
Sorry?
Are you clear with your own question?
Yes.
Can you
when
reframe the question in a more simplified way?
Okay. See, when I said that I'm not the body and I'm not the mind, when I say I am that, so I'm in the process, I'm in the journey of to realize that as me, right? So, so the mind is already stretched and it has already tasted the bliss of that. That, when I say that, is the self. So how do I realize the whole self, which I've tasted in bits and pieces?
So you got a certain experience where you have had a blissful experience of realizing your own soul.
Yeah.
And you want to experience that again and again.
Again and again, so that what happens is that it is going to accelerate the process of life to move forward, right? So
okay, so you have a certain experience where you have felt your own soul and you went into a blissful consciousness, and it will happen only once where you have experienced it. Again, immediately you have to come back to the normal state, and you have to live as a normal human. You have to go to work, earn money, look after the family, look after the children, and do the normal things. So that is the next stage of evolution. The more simple you are, the more you are enlightened. So you have to be normal. You have to ground yourself, and you have to be a human. See, we are not humans. We are not humans waiting to have godly experience. We are gods currently experiencing the human form. So to experience the human life, to experience the human form in totality, in humbleness, in simplicity, is the highest enlightenment.
But that journey would be tough, right? So basically, on the physical space, things needs to happen in certain way that would not happen when you're in that particular state. So how do you transition to that particular state?
Do more meditation.
Okay.
Read more books and do more service. You have to do physical service. Okay. Once you are more in the head space, then what you do, you have to be in the physical service. Try to get grounded in the body. To be in the body, to be grounded, to be simple, to be one among many is greater enlightenment. To be in the head space and to be in that airy-fairy spiritual world, it happens. Yes, I understand that many people go through that experience where they experience that ultimate bliss for a fraction of a moment or for a few hours. Doesn't matter. They have to come back and be grounded in the body. They have to live like a normal human. That is highest enlightenment. You see, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the founder of Sikhism, is such a highly enlightened master. He traveled the entire world by foot and on horses, and traveling all the way from India to Afghanistan to Central Asia. And he taught meditation. He traveled around and he taught meditation and spiritual science. And towards the end of his lifetime, he came back to a small village. And then he was doing farming. A great enlightened person who taught spirituality to the humankind. He came back and he lived a normal life, a simple life. And he was doing farming for the last 5 years. A simple life, humble life. He went and he plowed the land and he was doing farming. And whoever came to him, he taught meditation. So, a great enlightened master is coming back totally into grounded state and living a normal human life. That is a classic example. No matter how enlightened you are, you have to live a simple life, a humble life. So focus on that.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So the next question, Devi. Next question is Devi. Can you
Devi,
please?
you can unmute.
Namaste, Pradeep ji. I am from UK. I am housewife. I don't have any income, dependent on husband. I ask my husband to do charity. He does because I ask him, but he don't do it voluntarily. Am I creating any karmic account with him? This is my first question.
Okay. See, he is doing charity just because you're asking him to do. Okay. Willingly or unwillingly, he is doing because he wants to make sure you are happy. So that's good enough. Why you are worried about it? If he does willingly, that goes to his account. If he's doing unwillingly, that comes to your account. As simple as that. Do you have any more questions?
Yes, sir. My next question is, you said universe sees the intentions of the person who does charity and everything. His intention, maybe his soul plan is something else. Am I interfering in his soul plan and making his journey difficult by forcing him to do charity? Am I forcing
No,
him?
see, if you are forcing him, then you are interfering. Okay. So if you are forcing him to do something, then that is not the right thing. But you are suggesting and you are saying something and he is doing it. That is okay. But you are forcing it, then that is not the right thing. Force should not be there. If you are forcing him, then you are adding the karma. You can request him. That then it is his choice whether to do it or not. That is fine. But you are forcing him through emotional trauma, then that is not correct.
And one more question, sir. I feel guilty that his hard-earned money, this service thing should go in his soul plan. But maybe I am telling him to do, whether it goes into his soul plan or it helps me or him. I don't know.
Madam, I think you are very confused. Okay. So don't think too much about his account. You focus on your account. You focus on your learning. This is the problem with most of the women, and vice versa with most of the men. Sometimes the husband will come to me and say, "Sir, you teach more meditation, more silence to my wife." And the wife will come, "Sir, my husband needs more meditation than me. Can he be participant in the retreat? I'm okay. I'm anyway doing it, but he needs more meditation." See, your focus should be on yourself, not on the other person. When your focus is on yourself and your evolution, then you become an inspiration to another person without you opening the mouth. But when your focus is on the other person, then it doesn't help the other person. When you focus on yourself, when you focus on your own evolution, you focus on your own learning, you focus on your own growth, then you are helping yourself, then indirectly you are helping everybody around you. So focus on your own account, focus on your own learning, focus on your own evolution. Okay, that is the answer. So next question, Rohit Ji. I think this will be the last question. And if you have any questions, we will continue tomorrow. And tomorrow also we'll continue the same topic and we will understand in much more detail. Okay. So this is such an important topic we have to understand once for all. So let this be the last question. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
I'm Rohit from London. My question is, if I have to settle an account with a karmic account with someone, but he has left this realm, then what happens?
Okay, so that's why I think I spoke about this topic before also. You don't need to settle account with the persons. It is not the person which matters. Okay. So the person has left, but you want to settle it by doing good things. This is the third stage, no? So the third stage is like where you want to voluntarily compensate. You want to do good things to compensate your own bad deeds in the past. So you don't need to do the same good thing to one person. The person has left. Then you do it to somebody else.
Okay.
Do the good to somebody else. You doing good matters. With to whom you are doing doesn't matter.
Okay. Thank you.
You doing good matters.
Okay.
Because
You
we are all
explained it.
interconnected. No, we are all interconnected. We are all the children of God.
Yeah.
Your good actions settles your own account. With whom you do, to whom you do doesn't matter.
Okay.
You want to do to one particular person and he is not available, do the good thing to another person.
Okay.
Do the good things to the entire humanity. To whatever is your possible extent, do the good things. Why focus on one person? Focus on your focus should be on your good actions, not the person. Okay. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. So we'll continue again tomorrow. So for the people who have raised their hands, so we'll continue again tomorrow. We will understand in little more detail. I hope this karmic concept, the law of karma, is very interesting, and it goes layers by layers by layers, and it is very important you understand it once for all, because when you understand it once for all, you are putting a very strong foundation in your spiritual journey. Okay, so this is the way. This is the core of spirituality, my dear friends, once again. So the core of spirituality is you taking responsibility. So the law of karma helps you to take responsibility, to be a better person, and eventually to learn and grow. The more responsibility you take, the more naturally you grow. Okay. Thank you very much. Namaste to all. We'll see you again tomorrow.